Well, folks, welcome to a Walkie talkie. Firstly, we're in Western Berkshire, but most importantly, I'm going to be talking about this game called Pathways by Home Office. The Home Office is another phrase that actually makes me want to spit because it's like having shit on my tongue. Keir Starmer knows about that, don't you? But anyway, let's not talk about the ignorant little bellend called Keir Starmer and talk about this computer game that has only been released recently. Right? Perfect signage, look. Perfect timing. Excellent. Very nice. There we go. So there's this computer game called Pathways. Right, and it looks cheesy and corny and absolutely fucking ridiculous. All I know is you can play it through a computer. I don't believe it's an exe file like computer games like The Sims. But anyway, the Home Office, Weird Starmer, dirty bastard, right? Right. Have listened to the, like the farmer protests, immigration hotel protests, and I basically based a sentiment of public human beings around this game. Right, so they've listened to what the general public have said about the immigration hotels and various other bits and pieces and used it against every single one that have pulsed an opinion, even the people that are being critical of immigration itself have actually been used against by the Home Office, Weird Starmer, and the government in general. 24th of January, I'm going to be there, by the way. Don't care who gets to know. But anyway, yeah, so the narrative of the game, right, there's got to be a story about it, right? And first of all, pronoun check, everyone, pronoun check, right? You get to be a boy or a girl, but you're just they and them, right? That's all you are. Right, and it guides you through a story where either a young guy or a young girl is going through college, and the playing character gets 60% instead of the 80% required for that pass, and the person is obviously upset that they didn't pass, and there's options: act out, blame the immigrants, blah blah blah, or other options, right? And if you click the aforementioned, right, you get kicked out of class for a week or something, and the teacher invariably refers you to prevent the charlatan omni-farce of the United Kingdom quite currently, right? And the person gets kind of branded a terrorist, right? Just for an opinion. A very salty, bitey, bitter opinion. But anyway, yeah, and then it goes on to other scenarios where his friends play online games and gives you a download link. Whether you download it or not, again, could be a terrorism offence, right? And it's actually quite a short, shallow game, actually. And honestly, playing with a dick lasts longer than that. Are you jealous, Keir? Right? So, yeah, and again, if you download the link, you become a terrorist. Then another one, you attend, your friend tells you to attend a anti-immigration rally. There are some options. If you click one, you're a terrorist, blah blah. Oh yeah, very innovative storyline. A continuous run through the same thing. And yeah, I mean, what else are there to tell you about the game? Maybe I'm giving you a brisk summary of already a very brisk little game, right? But at the end, it tells you about Prevent and how it's so helpful and all that stuff, and it's completely voluntary. Listen, it's a lot of shite. It's mandated. Remember that guy that got the Prevent treatment because he wasn't calling himself gender or sexuality non-conformist. He was calling himself 100% gay, right? And he got fucking punished with the Prevent program, which he's still attending, sadly, right? Oh gosh, right, that's bad. I see a horrible sticker there. But they say, it's completely flexible, it's completely, voluntary, this and that and the next thing. No, it's not. Absolutely no chance. Stop telling lies, Home Office. Right? If it was so flexible and friendly, ask that gay guy and his mum what they had to put up with through the start of their Prevent little journey and what they're still having to do. I mean, they're getting phone calls at stupid o'clock in the morning to go to a Prevent workshop for anything up to 11 hours a day per session. And this hasn't came to a conclusion yet. And he got his Prevent order because he didn't believe in all this non-conformist stuff and in-betweeny weeny weeny thing, right? Like workshops, even a Saturday night, where other people, I mean that boy, and also they also say that you don't get a criminal record for getting sent to Prevent. Shite, absolute shite. It's on his criminal record. One, he has no credit score now, no chance of getting a fucking job. So in actual honesty, everything they're saying about it being all free and easy and easy, lot of shite, absolute shite. And I want to call it as fucking humanely possible, because that boy's life's been ruined just because of some snitchy guidance teacher. Instead of that, in that circumstance, I'm talking about that specific circumstance, what should have happened was the teacher should have contacted the guidance teacher via your school referral system, and guidance teacher should have brought mum and dad in with the boy and have a sensitive conversation, which would have been very, very much respectful of the situation, respectful of the boy, respectful of the teachers, and respectful of the parents, because conversations surrounding sexuality are very, very, very sensitive topics indeed. But to just to do what that guidance teacher did, she should be sacked, and in fact she should be reported to social work, because she has just basically closed every form of living standard down on this boy just because he was saying, stop calling me gender non-conformist or sexuality non-conformist, I am gay, blah blah blah, right? The only thing he ever did, and I thoroughly admire him for this, is be certain with himself and be certain with people and call out people that are trying to put him in like a pigeonhole type scenario, Absolutely, he did, right? Because see, if you didn't stand up and identify yourself for what you truly are, you get pigeonholed, shoehorned, whatever, and people wouldn't see you as the accurate and truthful form of yourself. It's bemusing. The thing is, Prevent is a workshop for terrorists, and more specifically, Muslims at incredible risk of being radicalised into terrorists. Not we guys are very, very, very steadfast and certain about what they like in life. And it certainly isn't there for, to brainwash people who have critique over what's going on in the current world in the UK politics sphere. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's been used as a brainwashing tool rather than actually preventing. Here we go, Rudy Cabana, right, a local freak job that he is. Right, he'd been referred 5 times, and every time out of 5, he got, I think the term disbanded from it. They didn't see any particular, they didn't see anything particularly warning flaggish with him. So what they did was they discharged him every time as well. And that's a joke. And actually, honestly, Prevent shouldn't exist now. It served its time. It had a whoopsie. It'll never recover from the whoopsie. And the services it could have provided should be referred to social work. Rather, social work get involved with Prevent anyway, so when they say, it's free and easy to attend and you won't be ever used against, you will be. They're just going, aye, right? But it's just so bad. It's so bad. The actual terrorists don't go to the Prevent, or they get referred and it doesn't go any further. But people that have got a strong view get years of Prevent workshops. And there's no such thing as counselling. It's in that video, computer game, sorry. When they say about counselling and your emotions are at the utmost of your Prevent workshop person. No, they're not. They don't care about your emotions. They don't give you counselling. What they do is emotionally melt you into the ground. Same with your mum or anybody else who lives with you. It's an absolute joke when actual terrorists get referred to him. They're like, oh no, he's fine. He's an innocent choir boy. He's absolutely fine. No problem. Boop, boop, boop. It's frightening. And the thing about this computer game called Pathways, it's only for 11 to 18-year-olds. What about the 4 to 7-year-olds? What about the 7 to 11-year-olds? But no, they're just focusing on 11 to 18, 19 years up, all the way up through to retire age. They don't give a shiny shite for. It's weird. It's another using the children as a form of brainwashing. Everybody else on the age spectrums are either null and void, or by age 19 they know this is just a brainwashing exercise and the game wouldn't work on anyone. There's been a lot of people online doing their speed runs. Congratulations to everyone doing their speed runs of the game and playing at the worst positions possible. And There's also been talk of the game pathways actually being used in a sense that someone can collect the IP data, right, and send your game results to either the police or Prevent themselves. You know, this Prevent thing's long done and dusted now. It's finished. It's over. Did it ever serve any good point? No, it didn't, because we've got Mr. Rudy Cabana, right? He's been referred 5 times over, and he gets discharged well every single time. There's no more talk of the conversation. Yet some random Joe Blogs attends Falkirk and anti-immigration at the hotel type thing, etc. Gets referred to Prevent by an unknown source, and that's going to be them for years to come with Prevent. What a mess. What an absolute mess. And a general wraparound as a rounding up point, right? Everybody that goes to Prevent doesn't have a good time. Fact number 1. Number 2, this game is aimed to brainwash a specific demographic, 11 to 18 year old. Everybody else don't care about. And they have used, as in the Home Office has used, the fact that people have been protesting, the farmers, local people about immigration hotels, and turned their opinions against them instead of working with people and actually see if there is legitimate concerns, etc. What they've done instead is particularly odious. It's wrong. They've collected everyone's opinions about immigration hotels and whatever, and used it against, and that's wrong. The Home Office is wrong. We trust the Home Office to keep us safe, not to indoctrinate us. I'm just beyond words, actually. So parents out there, if your kid comes back home talking to you about the game pathways, sit them down and say how malevolent and black-hearted the game really is, and how I think it would be probably even quite right just to sit them down and give them a talk about brainwashing and indoctrination. Keep your children free, keep yourselves free, live free, make sure that your choices are yours alone. So I think basically I've covered everything. The game absolutely sucks. And also tell your children how shallow the narrative of the game is. Like Fallout 4's got a very deep story. You could be playing it for years and years and years and still find loads of enjoyment. But on this occasion, it's the game storyline is about as short as a A4 piece of paper, maybe even half that. But anyway, yeah. And also make sure you tell your children if you play this game, the results could go to the police or Prevent, which is not good. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to head off now. So make sure you're all free, as I say. Keep your children free. And make sure that they have a great childhood, undisturbed from government menaces and TikTok. And I'll catch you later.